All right, we the Hebrew Israelites come out week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America. All right, filter what's happening around the world, as well as happening here in the United States. Show that that is fulfilling biblical prophecy. All right, and we out here to preach the gospel. All right, and who you really call Jesus Christ according to the Bible. Not what your 501c3 charter tax exempt pastor be teaching in these churches. All right. And we want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Shemal Shai. Double honors to the elders, a great millstone taught us his truth. Shalom to the Akim out there pushing the truth and sincerity. Alright? We're going to start with something simple. But yet it should be a known truth now. Okay? Alright? Because what you got now, you got everybody deceived around the world thinking that them so-called Jewish people are the real people of God. Alright? So when we come out here and we break down the scriptures showing that the Israelites, according to the Bible, were people of actual color, mainly the Jews, that's who we're going to focus on. And that those people that's in the land now that's calling themselves Jewish or Israelis are not the real people. Okay? But that the real people are the true Jews according to the Bible are the Israelites, which are the so-called Negros. Alright? And the Israelites are you Negros, Latinos, and Native American descent. Alright, but we're going to focus on the Southern Kingdom at the beginning of this lesson. Go to Ezra, chapter 1, verse 1 through 5. It's in the history. Alright? All right, because you get these people that get offended whenever we bring out these scriptures, and then they want to say, "Oh, why y'all focus on color?" Well, it has a lot to do because one, it's the truth's sake. It's for truth's sake, and number two, all right, the art or images that's been portrayed around the world that have everybody deceived, thinking that those people over there in the land of Israel are the real people when they're not. All right. It has to be torn down because that's false. That's a false doctrine, all right, and that's a stronghold that keeps back a lot of our people from believing in the scriptures. All right. That's Ezra. I think it's like 2 books before the first chapter, verses 1 through 5.
Ezra chapter 1, verse 5.
Yeah, look it up.
Then rose up the chief of
from verse 1 through 5. Alright? Because the term Jew, alright, it's not always talking about one tribe. Like over there in the land of Israel, them Israelis call themselves the Jews. Alright? But we about to read in the history when that term came about. It came about during the time of the Babylonians. All right, which the modern day Babylonians are these Cushites or these Ethiopians, which they know they go back to Cush, all right, which are so-called Africans, okay, all right, and when they took down the southern kingdom of Judah, they called them all Jews, which is a byword, all right, that was placed upon the 3 tribes that made up the southern kingdom of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right?
Ezra chapter 1, verse 1. Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia.
This is Cyrus, what they call Cyrus the Great, all right? Who was a great king of Persia who gave a decree for the Israelites to go back, well, mainly the southern kingdom of Judah to go back into the land, all right, to rebuild the temple, all right, and establish themselves back in the land. And that was according to prophecy. Can you read it?
That the word of the Lord might by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled.
Yeah, because Jeremiah prophesied that as well as Isaiah. All right, can you read it?
The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he might proclaim.
You gotta lift it up.
Proclamation
Proclamation.
proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also into writing, saying,
You gotta lift up your voice.
Thus says Cyrus, king of Persia,
Yeah.
the Lord power of heaven have given me all the kingdom of the earth, and he hath charged me to build him a house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah.
Which is in Judah. All right, keep reading.
Who is there among you of all his people? His power be with him, and let him go up to Jerusalem, which is in Judah.
The bar, you gotta lift your voice, okay? Because you gotta speak over this traffic, and when you watch the videos, they can't hear you, so you gotta speak louder. Keep reading.
And built the house of the Lord power of Israel. He is the power which is in Jerusalem.
That's right.
And whosoever remaineth in any place where he sojourneth, let the man of this place help him with silver and with gold, and with goods and with beasts, beside the free will offering of the house of the Most High.
Keep reading.
That is in Jerusalem.
Read the verse 5.
Then rose up the chief of the fathers of Jerusalem, Judah and Benjamin, and the priests and the Levites, with all them whose spirit the Most High hath raised up.
That's right.
To go up to the place, to go up to build the house of the Lord, which is in Jerusalem.
That's right. So the people that was under the captivity of the Babylonians and were freed, all right, during the time of Cyrus, all right, king of Persia, all right, which the modern day Persians are these Iranians, all right, and the Persians go back to Elam, all right, so they are the true biblical Elamites. We got a lot of them walking around today. They must be they having something up the street, all right, but it's all geared towards for these East Indians, all right. They are the children of Elam, so they. Under Cyrus, he gave a decree for the Jews to go back and restore their lands and build up the temple that was destroyed during the time of the Babylonians. All right? And it lists the tribes. It lists Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Now we're going to start with the tribe of Judah. Go to Jeremiah 14:2. All right? Yeah, you got a lot of Elam out here.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
Now it said Judah mourneth, all right? And Judah, first and foremost, is speaking about the tribe of Judah, which are you so-called Negros, okay? And then secondary is talking about the southern kingdom of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. It said they mourneth. Why? Because they're in a low state, all right? Because they're under the curses. And it said the gates thereof languish. The gates represent in the ancient world where all your leaders was at, all right? And they languish because all these puppet leaders that you got set up mainly under the, what's that? The National Association of Colored People, all right? Like Reverend Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, all right? All of them are set up. They're a bunch of puppets, all right? And they're part of an organization called the Boule, which is basically like the black Illuminati or black Masons, all right? So they set up and they languish. So those aren't the real leaders, all right? And then it said that they are black unto the ground. Now that word black right there in the Hebrew, the Strong's Hebrew 6937, Qadar, which means dark skin. It says blackish color as of sunburnt skin. Now who do you know when they go into the sun, all right, get darker? Not red, but their skin gets blackish. A blackish color when the sun hit them. Only so-called Negros or those of Negro descent get darker when the sun hit them. Not them so-called Jewish people. They get sunburnt, all right? They turn red because they're actually Edomites, okay, from the tribe of Amalek, all right, making them Amalekites. They're not Israelites, okay? And that scripture proves it. So it said they are black unto the ground, meaning they have their skin is dark or of a blackish color as of a sunburnt skin.